Mauricio Mejia Live. Entertainment guru, Silicon Valley entrepreneur, author, and speaker. It's Mauricio Mejia Live. Bringing to you real people, real day-to-day life experiences, and real business opportunities. If you dare to step up. Do you have what it takes to take it to the next level and become who you are truly destined to become? Decide, commit, execute. Join the thousands of viewers around the world and become a part of the conversation. Mauricio Mejia Live.
Oh, yes. Man, I am so ready for today. Check, 1, 2. Here we go. Oh man, you know it's crazy. Every time I get ready for a show, my hands get a little clammy, and I get the butterflies in my stomach, as if I've never done this before. I've done over 30 shows, but every time I always get that little same feeling in my stomach right before I go live, and I get to start seeing all the people from across the world. They get to tune in and watch me every Wednesday. So I want to welcome everyone, Mauricio Mejia Live, season number 2, episode number 8. And again, I want to welcome you all every Wednesday at 6 p.m. on the West Coast and 9 p.m. on the East Coast. And we are broadcasting live on Facebook, YouTube, and now just added Twitch. That's right. We're broadcasting on 3 platforms. That's Facebook, YouTube, and now Twitch. Live from our studio here in downtown San Jose, the heart of the Silicon Valley. So with that said, this season we have a lot of great things lined up, from some exciting business leaders, some real estate moguls, some political leaders, stockbrokers, some fitness and entertainment gurus. I'm going to be in the entertainment section. And, again, we just want to keep it fresh. We want to keep it exciting, and we want you to join the conversation every week. So with that said, before we dive into the show, we want to hit some of our hot topics of the week. I had to take this little skit from our past show. Oye brought that was just one of our little features. But hot topic of the week. First and foremost, we want to send our prayers out to all the victims of the families from the tragedies that have happened, not only this week in Boulder Creek, but also the tragedies that happened in Atlanta. I mean, it's just crazy. We're not only not out of a pandemic and going through some crazy stuff for the last 11 months or last year, and I don't want to say the first thing we jump into is these kind of tragedies. So one of the things that we want to do is we want to definitely promote. One is we got to stop hate all across the board. But right now, specifically too, the stop the hate on the Asians, or stop Asian hate, period. I mean, it's crazy what we're dealing with. So we definitely want to support that movement, and our prayers go out to all the people that are suffering from potential tragedies that are happening just from people. We can't even pinpoint it to say what it is that triggers people to go out and do heinous crimes and hurt others, man. I mean, it's crazy. So make sure that you guys definitely support the Stop the Asian Hate movement. So it's hashtag Stop Asian. Here. Get crazy and look what happened out in Miami. That was crazy. I mean, spring break, and it just turned into it's going to happen. People have been pent up in their homes for a year, and they break loose. So It's kind of been what I've been predicting is as we start to ease up things, and I know, and it's got to be one of the reasons why they're slowing things up as they're opening is because you just don't want to have this craziness come out and then possibly get a resurgence in our numbers. So again, make sure to wear your masks and make sure to practice social distancing, even though things are starting to open up. So again, let's keep it fun, exciting as we're opening up. 2021 is the year that's going to set us up for 2022. So let's not screw it up, guys. Let's make it happen. So I want to dive right into our guest that we have tonight. I'm excited because there's a lot of things that are brewing. There's some history between us, and we're gonna ask those questions and dive into it. So I'm excited to introduce our guest this evening. He goes by the name of King Lay. You gotta be dope to have a name like King, man. Seriously, like if I had that name, King. I mean, I consider myself a king already, but to have the name King on your birth certificate, that's gonna be off the hook. So I'm looking forward to bringing him on. And with that said, it's a pleasure to bring my boy King Lay in the house. King, what's up, bud? How are you?
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Good. Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's things have just kind of started to move very quick from the first time that we actually had an introduction, which goes back. I think we dug it up after our meeting that we had a few weeks ago. Yeah. We dug it up and realized that we actually tried to do business or tried to make some connection back as far as 2009. I think we dug something up.
Yeah, you're right. It was just funny. I made another connect with you just recently, and I went to go add you on Facebook and the phone numbers into my phone. And next thing you know, I see like, hey, we texted each other. Like, whoa, what the heck is going on here? So it seems like it's fate. I'm happy that we got to reconnect. Everything that I'm hoping that we do together is going to be amazing things.
Absolutely. And I'm not even going to use the word hope. We're doing it. We're making things happen. The opportunity that was brought before us, I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that everything happens for a reason and everything is about timing. So, and I want to thank and send a shout out to Gabe Scarpelli, who Evo Gems. And I'm thanking now that we're going into the orange tier, that now all of the people that own gyms that are into fitness can now open safely, and we can go back into some normalcy. Now we're not trying to go into some crazy stuff, but again, Gabe brought this meeting together, and you and Henry Chu came down. Henry Chu is another person that we've crossed paths, and it's just crazy how we just all did a full circle, and we're here now moving forward, and we're going to dive into talking about Punch King. But before that, I want to really touch on when we first met, which was What's Up, Dogs. And I want to share with the audience that's out there. By the way, I want to give a shout out Alex Mejia that's in here in the chat room. You guys that are out there, I'm broadcasting on 3 different platforms. We're doing Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So add me on any of those. If you're seeing on any of those platforms, make sure to add me on the Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. But going back to it, we had this. We touched on the What's Up, Dog. Crazy, man, because in 2009 I had just got out of the I don't want to say got out completely, but I was just the economy had just wound down. And we were going through a major, actually it wasn't even winding down, it was going through an explosion. 2008 the world turned upside down, and 2009 I'm reaching out because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a fighter, I've always had that fighting spirit. And while I'm in San Francisco, I'm seeing these stands. One specifically was near the financial district, or the kind of where the transit area. Yeah. And I remember seeing this vending or this like a trailer, and it said, "What's up, dog?" And I thought, one, the logo was off the charts, the concept was off the charts. And during that time in San Jose, they were working on issuing out permits to street vendors. And I thought, what a great idea to brand and to bring that brand, What's Up, Dog, to downtown San Jose. And that was really my first kind of like threw it out to the universe. I want to meet who this person is, this entrepreneur, or whoever came up with this great idea. And I want to touch on that really quick because that's going to segue into where we're going with this evening.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I've been in tech all my life. I'm still doing that. I'm an integration system engineer in healthcare for over 20, 25 years now. During that time, I still had a job, and I've always had a dream to kind of get into food a little bit. And hot dogs was kind of just by chance because anyone that lives in the Bay Area, anyone that's went to Mauricio's parties down in the city back in the days, after hours, 1, 2 o'clock, we get in a car, we head over the Bay Bridge over to Berkeley, and we hit a Top Dog. And Top Dog, they had the best dogs, and we had a couple drinks, and they were like super amazing, good dogs, good quality stuff. And I'm like, hey, we need something like this in San Francisco, So just by chance, after a little while of doing some research, I was on Craigslist, I was always hitting up, what's out there, spaces and stuff, and this beautiful space over on Howard and Beale over by the Transbay Terminal popped up, and there was a guy. When I actually went there and ate his crepes. So he had a concession stand inside this historical landmark building, and that landmark building was actually one of the tops of a tower of the first gas station over by Chinatown. They preserved that and plopped it over by Howard and Beale. Right? So I had a concession trailer in there. I'm like, man, that would be a great location for a hot dog stand. Good for me, but bad for that person. He flew down and it popped up on Craigslist. I snatched it up, not knowing anything about the food industry, about hot dogs or anything. I just said, hey, sign the lease. I must have sat on it for like 6 months, trying to figure out how to do this. Where can I buy the hot dogs? The machines. I had to go buy a concession trailer, which I didn't know anything about, and I got ripped off like 3 times by people in the Midwest saying they can build concession trailers. So I lost a little bit of money there, but finally got a trailer, and it was kind of hard to get it in there, but we did get it in there. And that was the start of it. What made us different was the name kind of was by chance too, because one of the guys, Tony, he was going to help me with the whole stand thing, right? And what should we name it? I don't know. And back then we used to always say, hey, what's up, dog? Right? And he goes, how about that? And I'm like, how about what? He said, you say it all the time. Like, what's up, dog? And I'm like, yeah, I like it. And then we went through the different variations of how to spell it, like WASSUP, DAWG, all this. I'm like, no, I just want to keep it clean. Let's keep it like grammatically correct, right? And just put an exclamation point. And one of my homeboys was a graphic artist. I said, hey, give me a logo. And he came up with this badass logo. And that was kind of the start of it. I mean, we opened up and we had, I didn't know what to expect. We had lines going down the block, and it wasn't just young people. We had like, senior citizens, guys in suits. Everyone was, I was like, oh my God, what's going on, right? So I was like, this is amazing. And what made us different was we added fries. One big thing for me was going to San Jose flea market back in the days. I loved corn dogs. I used to love those corn dogs. My dad used to sell stuff there. And all I do is eat those corn dogs. I'm like, I got to make these same corn dogs in this stand, right? So we found the recipe, and we're doing corn dogs, chili cheese dogs, chili fries. So, yeah.
It was a what's up, dog? Like, man, it was off the charts, man. I loved it. And that idea, we're not going to take it. We're not going to bury that one. We might resurrect that as the world opens up. That might come up as a 2022 deal that we're gonna resurrect, and I believe in it. And I think that sometimes it's about timing, and I say that because there's a lot of things that we can look back and say, all right, yeah, it makes sense on the timing. For example, what's it called? For a second here, let me make some adjustments here to my microphone. So some of the examples that I wanted to talk about were Webvan. Back in the early 2000s, Webvan was, everyone thought, oh, you're never going to be able to you're going to order. Nobody wants to order food and have it delivered. And then now what? Look what's happening. 15 years later, 20 years now, you don't even want to go to the store. You expect Amazon to deliver.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, not all ideas are great ideas when they start, but it's about timing. I mean, even with technology, every day, every minute, every second, technology is always getting better. look at what we're dealing with now in this world. I mean, we're having interviews via. I'm in San Jose, and you're in San Francisco, and you're in your fitness center, your studio, your prototype, of which we're going to get into. But again, it's about timing, and that's kind of how it's all circled back. And we're here today, and we're going to talk about Punch King, because Punch King, to me, the minute that we all sat down at the table and we had that conversation, and you shared your idea, immediately my head just started spinning, and just like, oh man, I saw the vision, I felt it, I was like, I want in, and I'm gonna find a way as an entrepreneur, as a person that sees opportunity and sees great opportunity. And I think that comes with age. I'm not going to age ourselves, but experience, and the lack of fear of diving into opportunities and seeing them. And I think that's what I that's not even think. I know I saw that and I felt it when Gabe brought you here, and we had a meeting here at my headquarters in downtown San Jose. Henry Chu came in and brought some dope energy into the room. You guys came in, and just the room just felt like it was perfect, and then we started talking. So, for those of you that are watching out there, let's they're curious. They want to know Punch King, the brand, and what inspired you to create it, and what is it? Because we see some things behind you. Give us a little background.
So basically, Punch King kind of started just by, I've done Muay Thai classes throughout my life, on and off. By no means am I a fighter. I'm not a pro. I'm not nothing. I just do it to keep in shape, kind of like what you're doing now. That's kind of what we need to do for ourselves these days. It all happened when I started taking my 5-year-old daughter to Muay Thai class. It's kind of like not a daddy daughter, but a parent child class. And started hitting the bags again, and it kind of got my juices flowing again. Like, oh, this feels good. And I looked at the bag, and I'm like, something. Can I do something with this bag to make it seem like there's like some targeting points? Just cut it up a little bit, And the reason why I kind of started thinking about this, and I don't think I ever told you this, was I've created a couple of different fitness things. The first one was this foam roller plastic piece that was kind of like the perfect push-up thing, and it was kind of crazy, right? And I thought this was the greatest thing. I spent about $5,000 in drawings. I took it to one of my friends who's a LED guy, manufacturer, and he said, King, you got about 50 pieces here that you have to tool. And I'm like, well, what's that mean? He goes, that's about $20,000 per piece that you have to do. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not going to happen. So I kind of scrapped that. And I went and the bag came, and I'm like, how much it would cost to like sew a bag? That can't be, that bad. So I started down that path. I threw a bunch of brown paper on my kitchen walls. My wife was like, oh shit, here he goes again. Well, what are you doing, right? I have my measuring tape out.
Oh, hold on. Your wife's got to be a supporter of you, because you're a serial entrepreneur. You've had multiple ideas, possibly not just the "What's Up, Dog" and in between of the bag, and you've mentioned other projects. Your wife's got to be dealing with a lot.
Yeah, she's amazing. She supports me. Hi, Jen, if you're watching, I love you. But she supported me. She knows a lot of stuff. I've been through a lot, now, in my older age, I take things a little slower now. You walk, you don't run no more, to make sure, you dot every I and cross your T, but not everything's going to be perfect. I definitely have my pitfalls, even with this product, for certain things. But I've been blessed that I've been able to get through a lot of those challenges. And what's the biggest, I was going to swear, but sorry.
No. Hey, we can drop the F bombs here, bro. Don't even. We're not regulated here, buddy, and we don't have advertisers here, so don't worry, man. This is America. We got free speech.
Yeah. But this biggest shitstorm that we've all had to go through this last year is COVID. That's it. Manufacturing back. I had inventory on the water. That got turned back. And I was supposed to have inventory last year and a half, and I had to put it on hold. When I'm going online, and the whole home gym fitness industry is going crazy. Everyone's buying shit, and I'm like, fuck. I wish I had like 2 or 3 containers right now. They'll be all sold. right? So, it's kind of, you just kind of get through things. But, COVID kind of slowed me down. I was able to rethink the business, the products. We started out with the heavy bag that you see over the corner there in the back.
So
And
let me stop you really quick where you said, because you're gonna say some important things that I want to really address. COVID slowed you down. I think COVID slowed down the entire world.
yes.
And what was next is what's important for those that are out there that slowed down and took advantage of the situation. It slowed us down and allowed us to recalibrate ourselves, us business people, because we're going 100 miles an hour. It's tough to slow us down because we're always just on a go. But it allowed you to slow down, and it allowed you to retool yourself or recalibrate. And then now we go back to the story. You're sharing.
Definitely. It's slowing me down was the best thing. Like you said, I'm like my wife would say, I'm always going 110 miles per hour. And, that time with COVID, just, that's probably like hell for a lot of us. Maybe for like you, it's like, man, I can't do nothing. Twiddling my thumbs, being idle is like the worst thing for someone like me, because I keep busy with everything, regardless of what I'm doing, right? So going back to the bags, I started with that heavy bag over here in the corner over there. And then we came up and we started building these freestanding bags. Realized like the heavy bags are heavy. I mean, that's a heavy bag. They're 130 pounds. You figure out how to ship those through FedEx, UPS. Everyone's like, oh, why are your bags so expensive? Well, we add in shipping. There's $120 to $150 to ship these suckers, right? So we try to bring the price down a little bit to even out the shipping, but we got those people that are just gonna complain about anything. So we try not to listen to them, And then we have the wall mounts right here behind me. We thought, let's cut the wall bag, the heavy bag up, and just use foam and mount it to the wall, because in a lot of the boxing gyms and a lot of Thai places, Thai Muay Thai gyms, they have this one uppercut bag that's on the wall, and I'm like, yeah, well, mine could be like that too, So
here we go. We have a little actually sample of that. Let me play this really quick for our audience because I want to show them what your wall mount one looks like. Here we go.
I'm Jesse Guerrero, and I'm here with Punch King. I'm talking about my favorite bag right now. I like the bag. It's like a human. You got the head right here. You got the body. You want to work on your uppercut, you just boom right there, then come to the body. So it's not just one of the regular round bags where you can't really uppercut on the big bag like that. But this one, I like it.
Gotta love that bag, man. That was.
I'm so glad you showed that. So now I don't have to go over there and try to hit it and make it seem like I'm doing something, But man, the Jesse.
Jesse Guerrero, but really, yeah, there you go. Really quick, I'll give a quick background on Jesse. Jesse, I love that kid. He is the son of Ruben Guerrero, who is my trainer, friend of mine. I consider him family. And he is the oldest brother of Robert the Ghost Guerrero. So talk about pedigree, talk about what was in your gym is the future of boxing world champion.
Yeah.
He is the future, and he's already a pro, and he's not even 18. So a pro at 16 and can't get into fighting the big fights until he turns 18, but already, I mean, he beat your bags up. I felt bad for your bags. And then, of course, the guy on the right side was me, Mauricio Smoking Mirrors Mejia. There you go. Thank you for that one, by the way. I got to thank the team that put that together. That was amazing. And shout out to Henry Chu again for making that happen, taking all those videos. But that, again, your tagline is perfect. Reinventing punching. Or it's
punching reinvented.
There you go. Punching reinvented. It just seems like it's just perfect timing, perfect. Everything is falling in play. On top of that, you also have champion Kung Lee. Kung Lee is he's a big advocate. He's a part of the team. I've seen a bunch of the videos. I mean, he whoops that bag's ass, and it's still standing. I mean, the bag gets the legs. I'm one of the most powerful kickers in the world, and that bag still stands after that ass whooping that it gets.
Yep. I mean, he's one of our testers. I mean, what better tester than to test the bags than, champion Kung Lee, right? He's amazing. He's strong. He's a beast. So I'm really glad Henry was able to make that connection for us, and everything's just
Henry's gangster, bro. Henry's gangster. That dude runs San Francisco.
Oh yeah. You know what? Shout out to Henry. He's part of my team. He's been through the thick and thin, and he's come up big. I mean, that's all I can say. You can't get a better hype man in our industry than Henry has been for us. And I'm
gonna have to compete for that position.
All right.
All right, Henry. If you're watching out there, I'm gonna definitely I'm gonna compete for the hype man position of Punch King. So it's on. So anyhow, so going back to the inspiration. This inspired you. You saw you played with it. You've manipulated it. Now you've created a hanging bag. You've created a freestanding bag. You've created a wall mount bag. But that's not all. That's not all that this bag comes with. I mean, we got the chance to go in there and really test not only the bags but the technology that's coming behind. And I don't know if we want to dive into that and give out the secrets, but that's up to you. But that in itself is just off the charts, man. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk briefly about it. I don't want to spoil a surprise when we get it, but in these days, Peloton, Tono, tracking fitness measurements, everything, statistics, everything that you're doing is big now. Everyone's into it. That's the big game right now. And we're lucky enough to have partnered with a company that has that technology to be able to track your punches, pretty much track any strikes that you do, elbows. There's other, I won't name their names right now, but there's other companies out there that have they're out there. They're kind of like the Peloton of the boxing world, but some of their technology only does the tracking on punches because it's in their gloves, right? Ours are integrated onto the bag, and we track every single punch. And we don't just track the punch by counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, you did 100 punches. We track pressure. So basically, we count points. So every punch is given a score from 0 to 100. The harder you hit, the more score you get. So at the end of your workout, you're working out. Let's do 6 rounds, 9 rounds. At the end, you get a 40,000 point score. What are you going to do the next time you come in? You're going to beat that score, right? And we email you the stats after it's done. So that's coming out. We'll launch that in a few months with the bag. So we'll be sending out a package, the bag, gloves, mat with the technology, and you'll have it on your iPhone, the apps, and you can, just do all your workouts there. I think it's great.
I got a pair of the gloves already here, brother. So I got them right here next to me. These are just the show gloves, even though these are the real gloves. But I got my boxing gloves or my gloves, the ones that I use every day in my bag, and I love those. Those are my favorite gloves now. It's like I've retired all the older gloves now, and those are the ones that I use. I love them. They fit great, and they feel good. And when you land those punches, you can tell a quality glove when you have them on versus a glove that a random glove or a inexpensive glove. So definitely the quality. That's one of the things too, King, that I've realized that, and I paid attention to, is the detail, the amount of detail that you put into this into your product. And I'm telling you, man, I have fallen in love with your product and the direction that you're going. To the point where at the table, originally I thought it was going to be a 1 hour little quick meet and greet, turned into a approximately 3 hour meeting at the table, because they went from meet and greet and it got so exciting at the table that we started to talk about a partnership and talking about how can we all work together to take it to the next level and all the different verticals that we can branch off of just the brand itself. So, and there's many verticals. If you're, again, entrepreneurs like us, man, we don't just think, we don't look at this pin as a red pin. We look at this as a red pin with a clear cylinder, with a spring, and I mean, we break this thing down to see how many parts are in this thing versus just a simple, just, this is a red pin, So we got to see all the different, we got to talk about all the different opportunities. And one of the opportunities that came about was, well, have you thought of opening up a Punch King fitness? And so tell us more a little bit of all the different verticals that you have as well. I mean, we're in no time crunch here, brother. So this is your time, and this is the time to talk about Punch King and its future.
Yeah, so I already I talked about the other vertical, which was the at-home fitness, tracking and everything. So that's one of them. When I came to meet you with Gabe and Henry, it felt like after we talked about it, and you mentioned a gym and Punch King Fitness. At the time, I was actually looking at a space in San Mateo, really small space. Kind of do some. It has a beautiful outdoor space, because COVID and everything. Everyone wants to kind of work outdoors, so it's kind of integrated, but really, really small and everything. And Gabe, he's the one that called me up and said, you got to come out. You got to come out. You got to come out and meet Mauricio. We got some stuff brewing, and we were looking into some other gym concepts, but Gabe kind of said, hey, Mauricio, we have this company called Punch King. I think you should check them out. And we came out and we brought you some stuff, let you look at it. Make sure we got to bring it. So you have to hit it, you got to touch, you got to feel it. You know what I'm saying? So you did, you saw it, and it felt like, man, you had a space that was in this beautiful building in downtown San Jose, heart of Silicon Valley, and you're like, yeah, this is the gym. And I was expecting something a little bit different than that, but it's a beautiful space. I mean, everybody, once this goes through, and I kind of felt like we were about to pick up paint and nails and start working that day just to start getting ready.
We're ready to go. We're ready to go. So I think I want to announce it because I've been like, it's been brewing inside of me because of the opportunity, and we saw the opportunity, and because I think there was all these great minds at the table. Again, all the details will get ironed out as we move forward. But we came to a conclusion that I think that not only is Punch King the bag for homes and for personal gyms and personal fitness and for other commercial uses, that Punch King should have a showroom. And that was where my thought process just started coming out as you shared the technology as well that's integrated with the bags. We're in the heart of Silicon Valley. Where else do you go to showcase a product that has so much tech and innovation in such a small, it's so compact, and then you put it into a bag, and now you not only are you able to have to work out and keep yourself fit, but you can also be competitive because the world is changing, and that's a matter of fact. That world is changing, and it's continuing to change as we now even get out of when we go into what may be called post-COVID. It's going to be interesting to see. So. We just said, hey, man, I think Punch King we should open up its first location here in downtown San Jose and showcase all of the products of Punch King and have them where, it becomes, we have a gym. It's a gym with Punch, brought to you by, powered by, whatever you want to call it, Punch King. It's Punch King, and it would be complemented like another gym. To the point where we even said we're going to put a ring in the middle of the room, and we're going to have some smokers in there and start whooping some ass. If we ever have some issues, we'll be like, hey, just go take it in the gym next door.
But I want to make sure that the point gets across about Punch King bags. In the beginning, we had the bag over there, which is the heavy bag. It's a little bit intimidating. It's a heavy bag. It's Muay Thai. And that's why we came with the freestandings that we have. If any of you have been to a cardio kickboxing class, you got these round bags. Hey, great workout. I mean, don't get me wrong, but what I want to promote with my bag is, I want you to train properly instead of just aimlessly hitting a bag. You'll get your sweat, but I want you to make sure that you hit that head, you hit that perfect hook, you hit that perfect body shot, the perfect kick, right? You do that 100 times. It promotes it promotes self-defense at the same time, right? Because in this time that we're living in, we need it. People are getting, beat up for stupid reasons. And I'm going to go into what I appreciated that you said earlier in the segment here was about Asian hate. I'll talk about that in a second, and I applaud you for bringing that up. A lot of people won't talk about it. Me, obviously being Asian, it hits home for me, But again, going back to the bags, just think about our bags in a cardio kickboxing class, 30 of them, and everyone's just, doing everything properly, doing it right. Again, I can't you can do hooks, you can do uppercuts, you can do knees, and you're visually seeing the target. And to me, when we're working out, and I've talked to several individuals about it, you get a bigger workout when you're actually looking at something and you're actually saying, okay, I'm going to do a jab cross, I'm going to do a jab cross hook. And when you miss, you want to do it over and over again instead, again, I keep saying it, aimlessly hitting a bag. Absolutely. Nothing wrong with it. The heavy bags have been around for centuries. I'm not trying to replace it. I'm just trying to give an alternative, something alternative for people to start working with, a little bit. So, that's where it came from, and the freestanding bags we're getting so much interest on the freestanding bags. They should be here hitting the port late April, mid to late April. We've got tons of pre-orders coming in already. If you don't have it, go to punchkingworld.com and get yours before, there'll be another wait later on, but hopefully not too long. I think things are slowly getting back to normal, and shipping and everything is there. So I'm super excited to get our first class going on those, because I think that's really important for us.
So I just put it up on our links, punchkingworld.com, and so that people can pre-order. I want to step back and touch on the Stop Asian Hate, because it seems like it struck a chord with you. I was going to remind that not only talking about self-defense, but I mean, look at the older lady in San Francisco that whooped that dude's ass, that tried to, attacked her, and she turned around and self-defended herself and whooped his ass, sent him to the hospital. So it's talking about the self-defense and for women, to be able to train themselves. But let's touch on that, because that's important right now. I mean, these heinous crimes that are happening they're just they're heinous, man. They're just you can't even explain them.
I try to stay out of politics. I don't want to get into all that, but at the same time, this is, like you said, it struck a chord with me. It's really deep to my core. I grew up in Chinatown in San Francisco. My dad had a secondhand store there. So, I lived in the Sunset, but then we had a store there. We worked there. I was a little kid when we did. But seeing all this just drives me crazy. Regardless, let's just take Asian out of it. And anytime this happens, it's just terrible. But, older people, getting blindsided, and I talk about the individuals doing it. It's just wrong. I mean, I can't see how you can do something like that. I'm here. Come rob me. I got money in my pocket. These older people probably don't have anything. Like, man up. Like, you might get me, you might not. But it just drives me crazy. And I kind of want to bring a point up. And I don't even think I told you this, but I know I showed you. We started a mobile fitness trailer. Yes. And yes. That was going to be something for COVID and kind of marketing. We're going to go around and travel, and it's a trailer that I custom built. We're going to have all the bags inside. We're going to park. We're going to bring them out. I have custom racks, that heavy bags that go around. We're going to have freestanding bags all around, and we're going to do boot camps just all over the place. But because of this, I didn't really want to start anything like this until Punch King kind of, started to get some legs a little bit more. But I can't sit back. The time is now, and it has to be done. I talked to several crew masters, Muay Thai masters in the industry. Obviously, we got Kung. So we are going to launch a self-defense program, and nice. I'm not with any other groups. I'm just doing it. I mean, if you know me, Mauricio, I'm just the type of person to just do it. I'm not going to call this group, hey, let's work with this, let's work with this. I'm just going to say, Punching is holding classes. I'm hoping to have it at the beautiful St. Mary's Church on Geary and Franklin. It's the biggest church.
Yes.
They have a huge parking lot, and I know some of the people there. I wanted to have boot camps there, but we will start launching the self-defense classes, and it's going to be free. We're going to have sponsors. We're going to have people. We're going to give out, self-defense stuff, pepper spray, stuff like that to individuals that sign up, that come. We'll have them virtually too. We'll record them. My vision is to record them in every single language at the same time. when I talked a while back, one of my crew Dan from Muay Thai, amazing person, and he was doing self-defense classes, and I didn't really think anything of it, but I brought my wife, and she brought a couple people with her, and I did the class with her, and these moves he was doing was just simple moves, but so helpful. I mean, I was like, wow, he just like did something. Someone grabs you behind, someone grabs your hair, you do this, you do that. And I reached out to him and I said, Dan, hey, I want to do something. I got this trailer. We can get a spot. Would you come and do like the self-defense training classes that you did before? He goes, yeah, King, I'm on. Everyone I've talked to so far is on board, right? Everyone's on board. I'm sure, we're going to, and it's not just about Asians. I want everyone to come out. I want the girls to come out with their lowriders, park up on the church grounds and show like, hey, look, this isn't just Asians, it's everybody, So I think it's
everybody, man. It's hate is a pandemic in itself, and we're just starting. I don't want to peg and use the word pandemic also, because we can use pandemic for everything, but it is right now. It's something that needs to get. We need to pay attention to, and it's not only again not just for a certain group, but it's for all people. And at the same time, your some of the videos that are been put out with Kung Lee are the anti-bullying ones, and teaching younger kids how to defend themselves. Because when I was a kid, I mean, there was I was a street kid, so growing up and having the other street kid trying to bully me or punk me was like, no, it's on, and we learned by bumps and bruises and cuts and scrapes and all that, and throwing down, and that's how we kind of held our ground. Now, we're not saying that hey, train your kid so he goes and
definitely not.
That you go there, but when you feel that there's a point where someone is trying to bully you or punk you, you stand your ground and you defend yourself. Because one of the things that I'm noticing and seeing in today's world and how things are transitioning is that people are becoming hypersensitive, and I get it. The world is again evolving and changing, and as we're getting older, things aren't the same. But we have to still have a sense of mental toughness. We have to have a sense of self-awareness, being able to protect ourselves, because let's face it, that's how it was back in the days, even in the caveman days. You had to protect yourself and defend yourself. Definitely. So it's in our DNA. It's deep in our DNA. And the fact that we're able to have the technology, have the bag that you've designed, because it's so user friendly as well. It's not. It may look complicated, but it's not, man. That I've had fun messing around with that bag. We had it here in the office for a minute, and then we took it down to Pound for Pound in Gilroy, and we're really putting that thing to the test with some boxers, and the people that are the champions. Robert the Ghost Guerrero's messed with it. His son. All the fighters that are now coming in through the place are going to start enjoying it and really putting it to the test and being able to give us real feedback. But again, the point is that it allows you to train yourself and to build some self-confidence, so that when you're out there in the real world, because the real world is not a pretty as people may think, it can get ugly, man. And that's something that I've also realized, that as I got back into the boxing world or boxing training, that it's given me a self of confidence again, and it allows me to take out an aggression and a frustration that when I come to my office and start getting the day going, I've already taken that I don't want to call it anger, that energy out, and I've reset myself so that I can take on the day and so forth. So again, endless opportunities and possibilities with the brand, and the fact that who's going to say no to a punching bag? I mean, the amount of people that you guys have already got this bag out to, and the people that we're going to get this bags, get the bag in their hands, so that they can support us and move forward and support you, support your team and the dream. I say, man, I say us as if we're already cut the deal, my brother. I'm already in. So
besides Kung Lee, I want to make sure I get a shout out to Grandmaster Harry Mock. I don't know, a lot of people in the industry, especially in the martial arts world, know Harry. He was one of the first people that Henry helped me reach out to. They were close friends, and I was just taken back. Henry, he saw the idea and he said, I want to go take it to Harry. He had a chance meeting with Harry, not a chance meeting. He went to go meet Harry for like a lunch or dinner and just showed him like the picture of it. And next thing I'm getting a call, and Harry's on the line with Henry, and he said, "Hey, King, my brother, hey, you know what? I'm gonna just tell you one thing. I've been in martial arts all my life. I'm a grandmaster. I've done several different disciplines, and I hold several patents with spinning swords and all kinds of stuff that are all great things, but spinning swords is, that's kind of hard enough. It's pretty dangerous, but they're amazing. If you've seen Harry, you go check him out. Just Google him. He was in Rambo, with Sylvester Stallone and a bunch of other movies, and he's got a bunch of animation flicks that he had out too. Great shows. But he just said, man, give yourself a pat on the back. You made something different and pretty unique. Like I said, I've done it. I've been there. I hold patents, and man, you did something really good. And I'm like, wow, thank you. This is just that was a big honor. It kind of, you go through ups and downs, and you go through lows. Like, man, am I doing the right thing? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
I'm not even a professional fighter or athlete, and I'm over here thinking I can make a bag for a professional athlete. But I've had some people tell me, well, most of the time, some of the, some people that's how things get created.
Right.
Just by chance, and different kind of people just thinking differently, thinking outside the box a little bit, which I think I did. It's not rocket science what I did, but it seems to be working. I love it. I'm passionate about it.
Yeah, you're not giving yourself enough credit, man. I gotta tell you, you designed an amazing bag. You designed the future, and I know for a fact that what's gonna happen here, and I know that you're as a business entrepreneur, as a businessman, you're going to protect yourself. There's going to be people that are going to attempt to knock it, and you have to be prepared for when when that happens, because it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. But we as entrepreneurs know the secret sauce. Mm-hmm. First on the market always wins. And when it's the timing is right. So first on the market doesn't always win, but if the first on the market, the timing is right, and all the stars and the sun and the moon have aligned, which it looks and it feels and it looks like it's going that direction now, that's going to happen. And Punch King, I told you, I said it at the table. This is a multi-million-dollar business, if not, and it's going to tap into a multi-billion-dollar industry. This is definitely a winner, man. And
I've been so blessed with and all the connections that we made. A lot of them, they've been through Henry. Harry, he came to my house. I mean, basically, before this layer, the layer was my house in the garage, right? So I was having these guys come, and Harry came and he invited Johnny Warren, 5-time kickboxing champ back in the day. Yes. The guy was amazing. If you go to my YouTube or you look at the videos, he was the first one to come work out on the bags. And you see, see that white one back there? That was the first prototype. I mean, that thing probably costs more than my car right now. The amount of money I spent shipping, getting it made, I mean, it was crazy. Johnny came by, he worked out on that bag, and he loved it. And I'm so happy that he did. And he worked out in it like, you didn't have to tell him what to do. He already knew, like, it's got a chin, it's got a target point for a hook, and it's got knees. And he worked out on that bag, and it was like he was married to it. Like it was just so, it's such a great sight to see him just work on the bag so well. I mean, the guy, his kicks are amazing. Kung's kicks are crazy, amazing, but this guy's kicks are good. If you see it, he's folding the bags every time he does a spinning back kick and everything.
Yes.
Again, shout out to Johnny. I don't know if you're watching, but man, thank you so much. He's been such a great person for us and everything. So again, all the people that's come by, he's just kind of reinforced that what I'm doing is right, and I should keep going. So I'm real happy.
The fact that also too, King, is that by the way, you got a dope name, dude. I said that in the beginning of the show. I'm like,
well, you know what?
Who names their King? Their name King.
I'm gonna go back to that. You know what? You touched on something where you said about bullying. So the name might be good now, but growing up with it, I mean, you can probably think of every rhyme. King Kong, King Dingaling, King this. I've heard it all. So
I don't mind saying somebody calling me King Dingaling. I'd be like, yeah, mother, what's up?
Yeah. Now that's okay. I'm good with that. But,
I'm like, yeah, I'll show you my Dingaling right now. What's up with that?
But you take some bumps and bruises. But the good thing about me was I've had 4 older brothers, and you know they're big guys. My brothers fought. Right, they didn't mess around. You know, I'm coming from Chinatown and all that. It's a different kind of thing. You got to protect yourself, and I was able to I wouldn't say I was happy about it, but they made me tough. You know, they beat my ass pretty well all the time. So you know, I didn't take no shit. There was one time when these kids were chasing me home one time, and I was like, fuck, you know, these motherfuckers again. So I went home. I grabbed the broomstick, and I was like down on the bottom of the hill of my house. And I was like, motherfuckers, all right, come on, let's go,
Yeah,
right?
now let's go. It's about to go down.
Yeah, and you know, they took off, right? And I'm like, yeah, motherfuckers. And then you know what happened? I turn around, my oldest brother's behind me.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, and my oldest brother, I don't know why he's so big, but he was like 6'2", 250 pounds. I mean,
damn,
yeah, he probably ate all the food in the family. That's why, you know. So that was fun. That's kind of
he definitely carved up on that one because that'll get you.
Yeah, but going back to the bullying part, you know, that kind of hits home with me too. I understand it. My daughter's 5. She's a girl. She's growing up in this society. Like, it's not women friendly. I mean, they have to be smart. They have to protect themselves, you know, and I'm making sure that she does protect herself. You know, she's 7 now. She's doing really good in her training, you know, so I'm super happy. She's in my videos. She's kind of like my star, you know, so.
Oh no, I put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, wait a minute, that's got to be your daughter. So no, she's a little badass, getting trained by Kung Lee too, and you know, it's kudos, man. You got to, and we got to start young while they're young, and it's got to be implemented in their mind so that way they can you know, it builds that confidence in them, you know.
Yeah, and it's not just everybody should take martial arts, because you know, if anything, you're gonna have some bad apples, but the thing that martial arts does is the first thing you walk through the door, it's respect. You bow. You know, there's different bows. You know, there's karate bow, there's Muay Thai, you know, Swati Kop, you know, stuff like that, and it's respect just instilled in the beginning. Like, you don't use this to beat up people. You use it for self-defense. And most of the kids, most of the people in the industry, that's how they are, right? Like, but again, you have the Cobra Kai kind of people, you know, those guys, you know, the Johnnies and all that. But, you know, what do? You know, we just, us as parents, we just need to guide and do our best to make sure they get on the right path.
Yeah. By the way, we have someone here is War Kwando Johnny. I don't
Johnny,
know if I said it right. There you go. So he's here representing. He's in the chat room with us. Thank you for being here. And he dropped some comments, and he says he loves you all guys, or love all you guys, and they're here for you, man. So you definitely have people that are out there supporting, and you got the whole crew here. You got the whole Silicon Valley behind you. And I already told you, I shared with you some of the people that are in this office they're going to be sharing the space, and that also are excited about getting this gym going. So I'm going to get on Gabe's ass when we finish the show. So Gabe, if you're watching, my brother, you got a call coming from me, because our goal is to have this open by midsummer, ready to go. And so we're going to start promoting it soon. I appreciate the fact that, you know, we're going to be working with you. I appreciate that I'm going to be working with you as well directly. And I shared with you even earlier today when we had our conversation is the sky's the limits, man. Actually, there is no limits for us, because there's that vision, there's that high level vision of where this is going to go, and it's just everyone better be ready. You need to be prepared for when the demand and it comes. It's going to come strong, and we all got to be ready, because it's just one of those, you can just feel it in the air. And plus, perfect timing, man. We're coming out of a year of being locked up in our homes, and good and bad, and now people are going to be ready to get out and really let loose, and it's going to be a while before things settle down after everyone comes out, because right now it's just like just crazy, you know, crazy. So we'll see. I could be wrong too. I mean, you never know. People, I mean, from what I've seen and what I've sensed and had conversations with, I think that as the gyms are opening up, they're going to have massive success, and I wish all the gyms out there to have massive success, and I look forward to Punch King supporting them and being a part, becoming a part of these current gyms, future gyms, and you know, also the future home gyms that are going to be built because I think that, again, people are thinking differently now. So,
Yeah.
uh,
I think the last, a couple of last points I want to make, but the gym in itself, I know we're all about punching bags and everything, but that's not all that we're going to do in your space. This is called Punch King Fitness. So everything is
right.
going to be wrapped around boxing, kickboxing, some style that we're going to do, cardio kickboxing, and that's going
Yes.
to, and Gabe, Evo Sports, again, shout out to Gabe over there, a
Yes.
genius in the fitness industry. He's been around for a while in the World's Gym, all these LA Fitness. He's been there. He's helped them grow, and he's doing his own thing now. And with his vision he has with Punch King, using I'm honored that you guys would even use the brand Punch King name to brand these gyms that
Absolutely.
we're going to make. But he's going to bring in the CrossFit, the cardio, the weights, everything all encompassed. So if you guys are
Yes.
looking for a real good workout, Punch King Fitness, San Jose, that's going to be the place.
Woo!
We're going to do some great things there. I think it's going to be awesome. I mean,
Yes.
if any of you have ever boxed and you haven't, you have to try. Go look at when you watch a fight. Sometimes you see these guys jumping around the ring, and they're not fighting. What's going on. Please, I got a challenge for you. Go on a bag for 3 minutes, hit it,
Woo.
and you tell me if you can last a full fight doing that. I mean, these guys are conditioned to the max. The MMA
That's right.
fighters these days, these guys are athletes, supreme athletes. And, I can't even hold a candle to these guys. I'll do about 3-4 rounds on the bag and I'm already spent. So
Yeah.
again, I challenge you guys, any of you guys that ever watched the fight and complained and thought it was boring or anything like that, we'll do some boxing or come
Right.
and do some boxing. Try it out. It'll change your life.
Absolutely. And I know you watched the show last week. We had Robert the Ghost Guerrero on the show, and one of the conversations that we had was, all right, not only are you fighting and you put in energy, but now you have somebody that's coming at you too. So your mind's got to be focused. You got to control your breath. You got to control yourself, because every punch takes energy, and any movement takes energy. So you got to be very conditioned.
Yeah.
Not only your body, but your mind has to be conditioned. So there's a lot of things that are playing at the same time when you're in this. And King, aside from the fact that it's the product here we're talking about, but your business mindset has to also be strong, and you have to have the endurance to continue to push. I mean, from prototype to where you're at today, and this is, there's going to be future generations of these bags and of these products that you're going to release. It takes a strong mindset. It takes a strong gut and a lot of resiliency to continue to move forward, because it's not easy. And everyone, I don't want to say everyone, but people that think that are out there, they're like, oh, they put a title CEO, or they think entrepreneur. It became a kind of like cool to say that. Really, you're not an entrepreneur until one. I've always said others, you're not a real entrepreneur until you get sued. Then you earn those stripes.
Yeah.
Or you're not a real entrepreneur until you land flat on your ass and lose money, or start a business and continuously lose money until finally one day you get that break. And the companies that are out there that are continuously losing money is because they keep getting fed because they believe in so much in the product or whatever the technology is, that eventually it'll turn around and blow up and take it to the next level. I mean, Tesla is a perfect example. I mean, look at where that's at. They've made allegedly, from what I've read, they've made more money investing in Bitcoin than they have in their own product. But again, this is what the media says. Have I fact found it yet? It's only what I've read. So, but the point being is that it takes a lot of resiliency. It takes a lot of strong mental toughness, mindset to be an entrepreneur and continue to do it, because at the end of the day, it's kind of like just wishful thinking. You're like, man, I hope this thing happens, and then by luck, all the pieces just fall into place, and look where you're at. So I'm excited, King, to be a part of the team. I'm excited to the fact that we're all going to work together, to have Gabe, to have Henry, to have all four of us working together, to have my boy Ruben Guerrero that's going to be working with us on the boxing side, to have Kung Lee on the MMA side, and all the celebrities and all the special guests that are going to be coming through the showroom slash Punch King Fitness gym to see what we roll out and to be the first here in Silicon Valley. Man, there's just I just want to jump, and I just of so much excitement that I have in me to be a part of this opportunity with you.
No, Mauricio, thank you so much. I mean, in the beginning, you had your intro there, and you had all these people, tech giants and this and that, and I don't even know why I'm on the show. I mean, I thank you for bringing me on the show. I don't consider myself in that class, even though I do have a CEO title because it's my company. I made it, right?
Right.
But I don't go around boasting that. That's not. I don't feel any joy being a CEO. It's just I like to create. I want to make sure this company gets off the ground. I want to share it with all the people out there, to try to change fitness a little bit, to bring something new to the fitness game. But again, hats off to you. Thank you. The second chance meeting that we have, it wasn't on. It's fate. It was meant to happen for some reason, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna do real good things together. And you Absolutely. As a person. You've been fantastic. I want to lean on you at the same time, even as a mentor. Even
Absolutely.
though, I've done a lot of things, but you never stop learning. You never stop asking questions. You always go to the people. You always go mentors. I didn't do that when I was young. I didn't do that with What's Up Dog. I kind of messed up, in certain things. But I would say one of the things why What's Up, falling on your face. Yeah, definitely, I fell on my face, and I went through a lot of hard times because of What's Up Dog. The housing crash, the bubble bursted, just like you said, you were hit by it. I was hit by it. I started getting into malls, and you're talking about $300,000-$400,000 per mall just to build it out, right? And I closed them in a year, 2 of them, right? So I was like, oh my God, I should have just stayed in my little kiosk concession trailers and made that a couple grand a day, but it's
no risk, no reward, my brother. And I'm going to tell you that. And the reason why I'm going to tell you why you're on the show is because you're an inspiration to others. You're an inspiration to me, and you continue, and you're the reason why I also continue to stay motivated and continue to do what I do. So as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, as a business owner, as an innovator as well, because we all share that commonality. We create and we don't stop. So it's very few times that we get to find others with like minds, and it's the beautiful part about being in the Silicon Valley is that you have a concentration of a lot of great thinkers. So everyone that's out there that's here in the Silicon Valley that's watching, we're all here for a reason, and we're all here because we're great thinkers. We all think differently. And I don't care. I always tell people, they can move to Austin, they call it the new Silicon Valley, the Silicon Beach, Silicon East, or whatever they want to call it. Yeah. There's only one Silicon Valley, and that's here in the Bay Area. There's no other Silicon Valley. I don't care what anyone else says. It's just there's only one, and we are in the capital of the world of technology, and that's why the Facebooks, Googles, the Twitters, everybody is headquartered here, though they have their other headquarters for whatever reason. They might have other offices in other places. They're based here. Punch King is a Silicon Valley based company. San Francisco is a part of the Silicon Valley, even though it's its own entity or its own identity. Mm-hmm. You have created something great, and it's time that the world sees it, experiences it, and I think that now they're starting to, because now the product is coming into the U.S. and get ready, man, get ready, world, because Punch King is going to what's the tagline? Punching reinvented. There you go.
Reinvented.
Punching reinvented, and that's punching reinvented. Period. There's no ... It's punching reinvented. Period. It's a fact. It's a statement, and it's gonna be a part of the future of fitness. And again, I'm excited to be a part of it because they always say you don't make money at the top, you make money on the way up. So we're all gonna enjoy this ride up. And again, I'm very excited and very honored to be a part of the team and working with some great talent, and then all the supporters that are out there as well. Shout out to Johnny and Julie Ramirez who are out there watching the show. So thank you very much for supporting. and again, our boy War Quando Johnny that supporting and put his quotes in. And by the way, my mother's in here too, Ana Celia Chavez. If you're still watching, she's like, send me a bag. She goes, I'm a MMA fighter. I'm like, oh man, I love my mom. She's off the hook. So, but perfect example, female, older, still has it in her, still has the fight, and wants to make it happen. So
yeah, well,
anyway, man.
our mothers were they're the hardest MFers around. I mean, they grew up in different times, so these kids that think they can just, bully them, don't forget that they came from tougher times. We came from different countries that had hard times too. It's not like, the grass isn't all greener on the other side all the time. My mom, I always joke with her, the Joy Luck Club story. I was like, my mom's story is like a lot more depressing than that, So, but we all go through it, and she's tough as nails, so. But it's just sad that they're being targeted. I hate to end this interview on a sad note.
No. We're not going to end it on a sad note, because I'm gonna hit you with a question right now.
Yeah.
For all the people that are watching out there, obviously you've been going through the trials and tribulations of the the peaks and valleys of being an entrepreneur and going through it. What inspires you, and what can you share with the audience out there that can inspire them? When they have those moments of downtime, or just kind of giving up?
Perseverance. I mean, I've never really talked about this, and then this is probably the first time I'm going to say it.
There you
so
go.
I have 4 older brothers. 3 of them passed away already. One when I was young, maybe about junior high. My dad probably passed away a couple years after. Then the other 2, not too more recently, like 5 to 10 years ago, they passed. But all my brothers were brilliant minds. I mean, they were ahead of their time. They were all entrepreneurs. That's where I got it from. My dad was the #1 entrepreneur, and that's where I got it from, right? So seeing that, and the point I'm trying to make is, and sorry, I have another brother who is still with us. I'm number 5. He's number 4. He's been through. He had kidney failure about when he was 20. My mom was the one that gave him his first kidney. So he got his kidney transplant from my mom. That failed after a certain while, a little while. Then he got a second one from my brother, who was a second closer match, right? Then he got that. Next thing you know, that failed. Then he had, that one failed, and he was pretty much like, I'm done. Forget it. Just let me go. I can't do this. He was on dialysis. We took trips. He had to bring his dialysis stuff and everything. And, by chance, there was a friend of mine that knew someone, and I won't get into all that detail, but we found one overseas, and he's been living strong ever since. But 2 years ago, he got cancer. And it was because of all of them. So you always say, that you get side effects from certain things. So all the treatment that he was getting for the kidneys, he developed cancer from those treatments. It was just something. It just happens, right? And I stuck with him throughout this whole time. The whole year, taking him to chemo, doing all this stuff, watching him. I was just like, man, that he's laid up in bed, and sometimes he just wants to die and everything, but man, he should have been married by then already. He was 20, never been married. How you can't really have a relationship when you're on dialysis or kidney transplants, going through multiple ones. And I watch him, and he made it through. Today, he helps me out. He helps me fill bags. He helps me deliver bags. I mean, I don't know anybody stronger than that. And I do know someone stronger. My mother.
Your mom.
Seeing 3 kids go, her husband, and then dealing with that and giving a kidney transplant. She's on dialysis, but right now at the same time, because she's older, so her kidneys are kind of failing, and she gave one up to my brother. So it's kind of inevitable that was going to happen. But she's been a soldier, and she's still doing it. And again, those 2 people, you ask me what keeps me going, and if I'm down in the dumps, I look at them like, don't be a wuss, King. Look at what they've been through, and look at what I mean. It just wants to make you cry, but I have to be there for them. I have to help them through all this at the same time. Being the youngest child, I don't know why, you know, I've talked to a lot of people. It seems like the youngest child always helps out the most sometimes. But again, going through all that, and again, I really don't talk about this too much. I never really did. Even the funerals of my brother, we never really had no big fanfare. We're not like that. We don't like to go out and be like that. That's my mom. That's the way she is. But again, those two, when I look at them and I'm feeling down, you know, there's nothing to be down about. Look at what they've been through.
That's King. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. That's the fucking inspiration that wakes you up, wakes up your soul, your spirit, and gets the blood pumping in your veins. And that's the energy. That's those experiences in life is what you turn into that energy, that creativeness, that innovation in your mind to get you where you're at. And you don't have a choice here, my brother. Now. There's no failure here. There's no like we're not going to make this happen or anything. There's nothing that can come in the way of the success of this brand and of who you are, because again, you have all the things to look back at. That's how I sprung board myself or kept myself jumping back up. I wake up in the morning, sometimes I'm like, fuck, really? Do I got to get up and deal with this bullshit? Like I have to do it because there is no one else that's going to do it. And at the same time, my dedication for my business, my drive has always been my mother, and I've told her that, and my successes is dedicated to that, because when you grow up without and you taste it and then you lose it, you then learn to be able to appreciate it, and then that's called wisdom, that's called experience of life. Yep. You know, there's a lot of great things that now as we've gotten older and mature are starting to happen. So when I hear your story, and I'm glad that you share this with me and our audience that's out there, that's the reason why I do this show. And I don't have to do this show, but I do this show because I want to do this show, because I love to hear stories and have conversations with people that on the outside may look successful, because right now in the background right there, my brother, you don't look like you need any funding. You look like you're a multi-million-dollar company.
Smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors, baby. There you go. Smoke and mirrors. Get the book. By the way, if you haven't bought the book, gotta give a shout out to my. There you go. You can find it on Amazon. Smoke and Mirrors on Amazon, and then my second book, Decide, Commit, Execute. But the point is that this is the reason why. This is the reason why you're on the show today. This is what, and the reason why others are going to be on the show is because we inspire, we continue to inspire, we continue to motivate, and we continue to give the energy off to those that are behind us that are coming up, because that's how that's just evolution of life, man. So again, man, thank you for sharing that, and to hear that your mother's still here with us on this planet, that your brother's still here on this planet. I'm going to do everything in my power. That's my commitment, and I'm going to put that out to the universe now, that I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that Punch King becomes the number one fitness equipment, however you want to we want to categorize it. It's going to be known, whether it's in your home, in another gym, or in our own gym, our own fitness gyms that we're going to build, because we're going to dominate. And I told you, we're going to dominate the market all across the board, man. And again, this is the reason why, man, because we have to get to the core of the reason why, what drives us, what continues to make us get up every morning. Because it's easy to quit. I'll tell you that much. It's easy to quit.
Yeah.
It's hard to continue.
Yeah.
And I think that again, moving forward, man, we're going to make an impact on a lot of lives, thousands, if not millions of lives, as we start to roll out 2021, summer 2021. We roll out Punch King Fitness, and you're already rolling out the bags. They can look them up on punchkingworld.com. They can pre-order. Can I ask, what does the price for a bag go for, by the way?
So our bags range from anywhere from right now $2.99 up to $4.49, depending on which bag you're looking at. So you can go on there, check out the website. You can see the different prices. Again, don't get sticker shock when that shipping comes. You know, we're not here trying to make money on shipping. That's FedEx, that's UPS. I can't handle that. I can't control those exterior elements that come into play. But we try to make the bag as affordable as possible, and I think we have. And hopefully you guys like it and want to order it.
I think the bag is too cheap. I'm a capitalist. I'm like, no, that's $1,000 bag. So anyone that complains about $150, $120 shipping costs is the bag doesn't belong in your hands. So this is the Ferrari of the bags. I've already told you that. It's the Rolls Royce, the Ferrari. It's on, and I'm ready. It's the I'm a Ferrari guy, buddy. So
I never had any of them, so it doesn't matter.
Well, we will. We're gonna have a red one, a white one. Those are gonna be the company cars, and it's a two-seater. So my boy, my other counterpart, Henry Chu, is gonna be rolling with me.
Yeah. Well, I'll ride with Ruben then.
All right, there you go. So, yeah, you left Gabe out. So Gabe's gonna be pissed now. So.
Oh no, sorry. Gabe's got his own ride. He's got the trucks. He's a big truck guy. Escalade.
There you go. He's got the Escalade. So, anyhow, man, King, I gotta tell you, man, thank you so much for spending the time this evening with me and sharing the background of Punch King and the future and you know, again. We got at the end of this interview is where we got to the core. What inspired you? What is giving you that motivation?
I don't want to get in trouble here before we leave, but the other inspirations definitely are my family, my wife, my kids. They're everything. They're pretty much the main reasons why I wake up and do what I do every single day. You know, roof over our heads, you know, food on the table, everything. My wife is amazing too. She has her own business at the same time, so we're kind of an entrepreneurial family. You know, and we got to do what we have to do to make that money and you know, give it to our kids.
Hey, we got to give a plug to your wife's business. What is it? Because now we got to make it up for, you know, we didn't get to. What's your wife's business?
She does lashes. So she has her own beauty business. She's one of the best ones out there doing lashes. You know, appointments only. You know, she's not one of those fly by night ones where you get like, you know, well, I don't even know what the price is, like $20, $30 lashes. Yeah, she's good. She's one of the best. And you want to get lashes, it's called lashtech.com.
Lashtech.com?
Yep.
And is TEC?
TECH.com.
TECH. Lashtech.com. All right, I got to write this down because I'm going to post it on here while everybody's, or if somebody out there doesn't mind, post it. Alex Mejia, I see you posting stuff up there. So lashtech.com, man, put it on there so we can get this out there. But again, hey, you know, the wife, children, and how many children do you have? By the way? Three. All right. All girls or a couple boys in there? Did you get lucky?
Older boy, coming on 18 pretty soon, going to go to college, and then 15 girl, and then my little one, Chloe, the one that you saw in the videos, 7.
Hey, I was looking the 15-year-old going on 21, right?
Yeah, maybe older than that. No, they're great kids. I've been blessed. They're really good. You know, even through this COVID time, you know, they're not trouble. You know, you have we all have our little things with our kids, but you know, they're really good kids. I'm super happy. They help. You know, I can't say.
Hey, they do their part. They do their part, man. So, well, good. Keep that tough love on them because I just know that as growing up, I was doing a lot of things that you know, I didn't want to do, but I had to do, and what it did was build character and discipline in myself. So, again, we got to continue.
You and I both, brother. You and I both.
Yeah. I come from the street of hard knocks, and I'm proud. I'm proud to have that PhD. From there, so I'm you know, it's what's kept me going and kept me resilient and moving forward, man. So, King, I want to say again, thank you, man. We can go on for another hour here. I know we can, and not that I wouldn't want to, but you know, we're gonna sound redundant probably. But again, let's recap. Punch King is out now. PunchKingWorld.com. You can find the bags where you can pre-order. The freestanding bags will be here in a couple of months. But right now we have the wall mounts and the free
heavy
hanging bags.
Yep.
Okay.
The heavy bags are
and
here.
Then the gloves. You got the gloves, the wraps. You also got wraps. You also got apparel. So you got all of that.
Yeah.
And that's all available if they go to PunchKingWorld.com. They can order their apparel and their equipment. Correct.
Their apparel is going to be coming soon. That wasn't something we were really focused on, but everyone loves it. You know, the shield. We gave the girls over there one of those shields. You know, they came, they saw it. Ruben loved it, so I just had to give him one. I want to see some videos of him in his camp over at Pound for Pound hitting on it, with Jesse over there.
They
So
better, and they better be watching here because the future champion is up and coming, and he loves that bag, man. So, well, good. I'm excited. Let's keep it going. Again, thank you. There was a reason why you're on the show tonight, and I want to send appreciation to you and to the entire team. We're all about winning. We're gonna win. We're gonna win big here. And I'm excited and can't wait, man. So,
yeah.
Any last words? Any shout outs you want to give out to anybody that's out there that you want to touch base on?
Well, I don't want to say any more about Henry. He's gonna get a big head, so that Henry.
Oh, Henry's off the hook, bro. I love Henry.
No,
everyone I even. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying everyone I've come in contact with in this industry has been great. They've been fabulous. I can't name everybody off the top of my head, but I'm super happy. One thing I'm really passionate about right now is getting my mobile fitness trailer out there and doing these self-defense awareness classes with some amazing masters that are going to come and show this. I mean, you want to defend yourself. You want to get your mom down. If she's in a wheelchair, we'll show you how to use the cane. Something. Hold your phone, hold your purse. Everything. Clutch it. If someone grabs it, the people I have that are going to come and show these defense tactics and teach you about awareness are amazing people. And I really want you guys to come. Check back on either on our IG at punchkingworld.com or our website for any of that coming up. We're hoping to launch that in about a month, the first classes. So please definitely join. We just want to get back to the community and let them, defend themselves. Come, let's kick some ass just in case.
Let's fucking make it happen. That's it, brother. Let's make it happen, and let's get ready to launch the fitness division. And again, thank you, to your family, for allowing you to spend time with us this evening, with everyone that's out there. Major shout outs to everyone that participated in the comment section. I'm definitely going to be hitting you guys all back before the end of the day or end of the night. And man, let's make it happen, King. Let's we're gonna follow up, man. Next week we got Gabe, who's gonna be on the show. So we're gonna continue to be talking about the rollout, because I know that Punch King is going to be a part of the Evo brand. So it's I'm looking forward to all of this, my brother. So anyhow, well, good. Thank you so much again. I don't want to keep you up, and thanks again, man. I appreciate your time. I appreciate everything, man.
So thank you so much.
We're solid, man. We're solid. I'll follow up with you in a bit.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
All right, my brother. All right, another great evening with our special guest tonight, King Lay. I want to say thank you to everyone that's been posting comments and to everyone that helped me get the show off the ground, man. Thank you so much to the entire team. I saw a bunch of likes on here, and I want to give out a shout out to my boy Tony B, that's out on the East Coast. Tony B, hey man, much love there, my brother. DJ Irene was in the room today. She called me up talking shit because she didn't know she had my number, or she didn't have my number, and then we got a hold of each other. I haven't talked to her. World famous DJ Irene. Tony, don't get your feelings hurt, brother. You're still number one in my heart, brother. So I got you. My boy Adrian Gadar up in San Francisco, always supporting. Adrian, don't forget, if you haven't read my book, you can get it on Amazon, Amazon.com. Smoke and Mirrors, my brother. And then my boy Martin Rojas down in LA. Thank you, man, for tuning in, watching the show. Appreciate it. Rudy Romero Jr., thank you, man, for watching the show and for the like. Freddie Luvidko, man, I chopped that one up. So, Freddie, thank you, man, for the support and the love. To my mother that was watching the show tonight, thank you so much for all the love. My boy George Curious, what's up? George Del Sol, that's a.k.a. Curious. What's up, my brother? Thank you for tuning in. It's always great to do this every Wednesday at 6 p.m. It's my therapy. It's my moment to share with others and to share other great minds that are out there. Again, King Lay came up with we connected back in 2009. 11 years later, we're circling back, and we're working on a future partnership. So again, thank you so much for that opportunity. Punch King is in the house. There you go, man. If you don't know, make sure to tune in or log into their site, punchkingworld.com. Thank you again, everyone, for joining me tonight. I'll see you guys next week, 6 p.m. on the West Coast, 9 p.m. on the East Coast. Thank you again.